You typically don't fire a coach, like a first year coach, in the beginning of the year. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Now, the one thing that I'll say, and I know that there's going to be a lot of comments around this. Um, Brent Venables didn't just all of a sudden forget how to coach. You know, in 2 weeks, or whatever you want to say, in since he's been here, at Oklahoma, just a short time. So, don't really put much on Venables, but other than the fact of trying to get them to play hard, they've got to be able to play hard. There's years of trauma that he's having to rebuild, with this team, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. They've played bad defense for the better part of a couple of decades. And so, to get over that, there's got to be, you got to take your little successes, and get that turned around. I mean, it'll get turned around, but it's certainly not going to be this year. And very surprisingly, I predicted that this team would be a top 20 to 30 defense, but they are so far away from that right now. It's just kind of embarrassing, to see, but we'll see how they continue to go through the year. Um, yeah, I agree. I mean, I think 7 to 8 wins is probably the most that you're going to see out of this team this year, without a doubt. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think that's a very strong possibility. I think in previous years, Bobby, with Kansas and some of the other teams in the Big 12, maybe not necessarily being, up to snuff, and Oklahoma, being much more talented than these other teams, even despite the bad defense. You could rise above that, but not this team that Oklahoma has right now. Even with Gabriel on the team, playing, they're not, as good offensively as they've been in the past. So, we'll see how things are going. Um, Gray Bevel, Gabriel Barnes, the whole, not a single one of those guys play defense, Black, but, um, I'm not sure what that comment really necessarily means, um, but yeah, they're still surprised that I'm a little surprised, especially the way things are going, that Koenig's um, not playing more, not playing at all. Really, I didn't see him get in the game hardly at all. Um, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But he played special teams a lot, but didn't play a lot during the actual game from a defensive perspective. And I think Cactus Cooler. This is an interesting comment. OU is going to be losing recruits left and right. Wouldn't want to play there after seeing this game. So there's two schools of thought here, on this. Do you not want to play, particularly if you're a defensive recruit? Do you not want to come and play for this team because of the way that they're performing right now, or do you look at it on the converse and say, yeah, I as a freshman, I as a high school player right now, I feel I could go in and play immediately for this team. So kind of depends on the outlook of some of these high school kids, without a doubt. Um, um, I don't know that I would say he's unsure of himself. I think this game was a much more of a shell shocked, situation for him than last week. I think he could understand it from Kansas State, but I think he probably thought that this team would um, bounce back as well. But they did not bounce back in a positive way. It was the complete opposite. Defensively, they didn't play well at any stretch in this game whatsoever.